Jodie from the business allotment, it's over to you. And I think you're the only one that's been super, super brave, and you don't have any slides, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of already regretting that decision now, to be absolutely frank with you. But it's too late to do anything about that, so we're just going to go for it.
Go for it. It's over to you.
Good morning, everybody. Jodie from the Business Allotment, and my 8 minutes is all about helping you get more of these light bulb moments. I want you to be getting more ideas, bigger ideas, better ideas, and feed that to everything that you do. I'm going to give you 3 ideas to help you get better ideas. And if I say ideas more than 1,000 times, we all win a prize. Right, so idea 1, creative workouts. These are short, punchy exercises just to help you flex your creative muscles, get you in that creative mindset. Do them regularly. You'll have come across this one, but it is a classic for a reason. It's divergent thinking. You set your timer for 1 minute and you say, how many uses for a paperclip? And you go wild. You push that creative boat out. And the more you row that boat out into new thinking territory, the better your creative muscle will get. You're honing your creative thinking skills every time you do one of these exercises. I challenge you to do a 30-day creative workout every morning before you sit at your desk. It will just shift your thinking before you get into your day. I run creative workouts before I do any team exercise, any team meeting, client meeting, where I know we need to be creative and come up with ideas. You can't expect to run a marathon without training. Don't expect to have brilliant creative ideas without training as well. So creative workouts are your friend. Get them in your business muscle. I promise you, it will change the way you think creatively. Idea 2 is about framing the challenge you need to solve. Okay, so I've seen lots of marketing briefs, business strategy briefs, business change briefs, lots and lots of pages, stacked full of information, background information, demographics, target audience, all lovely stuff, all very relevant, all absolute creativity killers. What I want you to do is get your marketing brief, you pop it in a pot, you boil it down, I've gone on Delia, boil it down to its very, very essence. That essence is one single short sentence, starting with the words how to, that fit on a post-it note when written with a Sharpie. So a couple of words about the words, and I'm bragging now, look at the size of my post-it notes. This could be what you write: how to create uplift of newsletter subscribers by 18% and increase click-through by 8. But I mean, I'm boring myself. And any creative juices you had are now dribbling out of a nearby orifice. Take some time to craft a punchy headline that excites your creative juices. How to create an unmissable, talked about, inspiring newsletter. This will get you better ideas. People sitting around the table, they'll stop doodling, they'll start thinking creatively. So take some time to craft an amazing, amazing, punchy headline that distills your marketing brief into one single-minded how-to statement. Okay, idea 3, this is where we get down to the good stuff and actually start generating some brilliant creative ideas. So here is your marketing challenge. See, it's a knotty one. Sorry, that was terrible. So we've all been there. We stare at our marketing challenge. We stare at it with good intent and all the best intentions and will some ideas into existence. And some will come and they will be similar ideas to the ideas you've had before. And you can even put this in the middle of the table, have your whole team stare at it for upwards of an hour. And they would still come up with ideas similar to the ideas that they've come up with before. So I want to talk you through 2 creativity principles that will change the way you come up with ideas for your briefs. The first one is juxtaposition. You want to put something utterly random next to your business challenge or your marketing challenge. So my random spark, as I call them, is a rubber duck. I don't know how to tell you what that was, but anyway, if anyone's got their eyes shut at this point, I'm holding up a rubber duck. So what happens in your head? It sets up creative dissonance. Your head does not like 2 things sitting so close together that don't relate. So your creative kind of part of your brain will start just musing on the concept of duck. Go with me on this. It may sound something like this. Oh, duck, interesting. Oh, I'm in a bath. Oh, I'm relaxing. Oh, how about we do a newsletter that you can only read in the bath? Well, that's quite interesting. Maybe we fill it with really relaxing, soulful news. Or perhaps well, could we have a relaxing soundtrack with our newsletter? Well, maybe our newsletter is a Spotify playlist. What about those ducks that are all different themes and costumes? Maybe our newsletter should be different themes and costumes. So when they're on the digital shelf, they build into an amazing collection that everyone wants to get hold of, and so on and so on. Once you're on the duck thought train, there is no stopping you. Random sparks are your friend. They will always instigate fresh thinking. Once you're done with the duck and you've exhausted that poor duck, you just pick up another random spark and you go again. So juxtaposition is a fantastic way of moving your creative thinking to the next level. The other creative concept I wanted to quickly run past you is about new perspectives. So you are looking at your marketing challenge through the same set of eyeballs. That's okay, but it will get you the same set of ideas. What you need to do is shift your perspective. So you need to step into somebody else's shoes. You can step into anybody or anything's shoes. I love stepping into other brands' shoes. So here's our newsletter challenge. How would Innocent Smoothie solve that challenge? Well, obviously they put a stupid, tiny knitted hat on it, wouldn't they? But that's quite interesting, because what if the knitted hat, being handmade, maybe we could hand make our newsletter. Maybe we could get our clients to hand make our newsletter, or crowdsource our newsletter from our clients. Love that. Means no work for us. At the point at which you shift perspective, you generate new ideas that you just would not have come up with through your own eyeballs, standing in your own shoes. I ran an idea generation session for a marketing agency. They were working on a pitch for a high street retailer. I handed out photos of celebrities and I asked them to stand in those celebrity shoes and solve the problem at hand. Someone was clutching, far too tightly for my liking, a picture of the lovely David Beckham. And they said, well, I wish I was standing in his bloody shoes for the day. And that idea of standing in your sporting hero's shoes for the day won that agency the pitch. Shoes are magic. So always jump into somebody else's shoes to help solve your problem. You can jump into different professions. How would an artist solve this newsletter challenge? Well, they'd probably throw in an NFT, wouldn't they? And if I knew what an NFT was, I'd be significantly richer than I am now. Or it could be a perfumier. How would a perfumier solve this newsletter challenge? Well, they'd make the first brand smell newsletter. Joe, that's one for you. There's already been chat about it in the chat today about the TMM scent. So shifting perspective, getting a different view of your marketing challenge by standing in somebody else's shoes will always generate you better ideas, more ideas, and you won't run out of ideas because there's plenty of shoes out there to jump into. So what are the takeaways from today's session? Your first takeaway: practice your creative workouts. Get them in the muscle. It will change the quality of your thinking. Takeaway 2: punchy, single-minded headlines. It's worth its weight in gold. Tiny, really potent sentences that excite the creative brain, sum up what you're trying to solve. And finally, get yourself a box of creative thinking tools. That's the best takeaway I can give you. I'm going to pop a link in the chat with some links to free resources to help you do just that. So hopefully you can get many more of these.
Jodie, that was insane. How big is your table?
I literally cannot see over my mountain of props.
That's incredible. I hope you can see the chat feature right now. People are adoring you. People are asking to be your friends. I'm pretty sure there'll be a marriage proposal in a minute.
Lovely. My husband's sitting behind that screen, but I'll ditch him. I'll take whoever's in the chat.
We were expecting large. There was at least two comments of people saying your walls are actually just post-it notes. Although there is a slight disappointment that actually the plant didn't come into it at the end. As like as the final hurrah. But honestly, there we go, Jennifer. One of the best presentations I've ever seen. So there you go. What a way to finish.